It's something that you are called upon to do. It's something that you feel that you must do. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, hello Taurus. This is a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whichever aspect of your chart you are looking at that falls under Taurus. If you don't know your chart, there's a link down below. Now, this is my late monthly. I got Mercury retrograded quite badly, among other things. So, it's a general reading. General reading rules apply. Timing is not absolute. Roles can be reversed. I could be talking about you and I could be meaning somebody else. I could be talking about somebody else and it's actually you. Two differences. Before I start the reading, pause the video if you'd like, and have a think of all the questions that are around you at the moment and pick one of them. Basically, focus on that question. Energy in, energy out. But be aware of all of them because the cards will answer what they want and not necessarily what you or I think is important. In the meantime, this is a whole reading. So there's other readers may say take what resonates, leave the rest. For me, not so much. This is not what's on offer here. If the past and the present fit, this reading is yours. If the past and the present don't fit, this reading is not yours. So I appreciate I'm not going to be reading for every single Taurian, sorry, Pisces on the brain, Taurian on the planet. But with my viewing figures, I needn't worry about that. Hopefully the right person will actually see the reading. So on that note, let me bring up the cards. So there's a number of oracle cards that jumped out while I was doing the oracle shuffling, and you will see my shuffle video appearing here any second. So we have a couple of affirmation cards. I am committed to my goals even. I work towards them every day, and I let go of anything which is not for my highest good. Now, before I even look at all the others, I want to focus on that because the way I see that you're feeling at the moment, there's a small element of subterfuge. There's an element of strategy. Maybe you are keeping or protecting a secret because we have the Seven of Swords here twice, I notice. And there's something that you feel you want to set right. But it is also that you are taking a brave step. And it's something that you're surging forward with. You're not entirely sure where it's going at the moment. But there is this element of necessity. There's the element of, I'm not sure I really want to do this, but I need to do this. It's the right thing to do. But I also feel that there may be an element of you eating your own words with this as well. So maybe it's something that you are putting right, that you would set into motion. But there is an effort currently with the Knight of Swords to surge forward. Although, again, I do get with this Knight of Swords that you're not entirely happy with the idea of this surging forward, but it's something that you are called upon to do. It's something that you feel that you must do. And it's going to create a great change, which is causing you to invoke or practice a great deal of balance. Again, there's that image of strategy with this Two of Pentacles here. Not that Two of Pentacles is strategy, but Two of Pentacles is balancing, weighing the options, making sure that you're not robbing Peter to pay Paul. Both Peter and Paul are getting paid, for example. But it is something that I believe you are making more progress than what you think you necessarily are at the moment with this Knight of Spheres. Because, clarified by the Chariot, you are moving forward on this. Maybe to a point that it's almost like you're riding a horse and you're not entirely sure where it's going. But there is an element of change around you that I think you've been so focused on, you're not necessarily seeing that, you are actually doing what Spirit is intending you to be doing at the moment anyway with this. It's almost like you're putting here, Four of Vessels, it's for the Four of Cups, so it can be divine guidance, it can be boredom. In this deck, it says boredom, but I'm seeing that this, again, this the central character in this card is ignorant of the water coming down behind her, of the ignorant of the change that is happening. You are making more progress than what you think, but from all these other oracle cards that came out, the phrase that came into my head was softly, softly, catchy monkey, because just tread gently and carefully. You're aware that what you are up to takes some form of strategy, and you are aiming forward to some form of happiness that is being granted you. But we have, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. Gentle gardener, again giving me that you're doing the right thing. You're making more progress than you think you are, and yes, you are cutting things out, but it is to create a whole new future, because embracing the future. And Leliel, the angel of night. Now the night is from where the universe was born. The night is a time of creation. The night, you cannot let there be light if there isn't the darkness first for it to erupt into, even if the light defines the darkness. Let's not get into the Kabbalah side of it, but there's, the night is a time that's pregnant with possibilities. The night is a time of creation, and haven't I already seen a death card somewhere? Yes, the journey here, which is the equivalent of the death card. There is change around you, but with that, clarifying that Knight of Swords, you have set this change into motion, and it's on the basis of a dream that is slightly based on good memories, on nostalgia, on something that you've seen before. It's based on, to a certain extent, the approval of somebody else, but it's approval that you like. You know, I'm not saying, how can I put it? I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, that you are unconsciously seeking their approval, because I feel that they are somebody who are probably not even with us anymore. I get that distinction, but you think, well, they would have been proud of me if I did this. And so you're not going to get that approval, as in whoever it is won't necessarily know about it unless they are in spirit, in which case they probably are proud anyway that you're even making the effort. But you are putting yourself in a role where you can give yourself that approval. That's what I'm feeling here from this, whatever this new dream is. It's been around a little while, but you've had to plan for this, but now is action time. So, White Tara, sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. Again, fits in with this image of the strategy. I have to do this. I have to be careful doing this. But you really need to give yourself a break, because we also have Dionysus with merrymaking. And whereas I can sometimes see this as a bad card, don't fall into the party trap, no, have some fun. You're way too serious at the minute. Look like that's a Greyjoy, isn't it? That's the Knight of Swords in this Game of Thrones deck. Let's hold it up. I'm sure that's something Greyjoy. And he was the schemer, and he was the person who created... I'm probably getting two characters mixed up, but I'm feeling both characters, and it's a long time since I watched it. There's definitely this scheming element, but there's also the fact that you have gone through hardships. You have gone through things that have maybe scarred you a little bit, but they're not scars, they're badges of honor. That's what I'm feeling from here. But yes, Softly, softly, catchy monkey, definitely. You need to act with strategy, so you maybe need to not get into confrontations that will distract you from whatever this plan is that's going forward. And communication is the key. Certainly when other people around you are offering you, they're offering you happiness and they're offering you justice if you keep working at what you're working on. So again, you are on the right path. The other people's influence, these are definitely other people, not how other people are making you feel. These are the actions of other people here. As long as you keep working what you're working towards, what you're stepping towards, then other people help bring justice to you, and you're more supported than what you think you are. But you need to let people know. You need to let people know what you're doing, but at the same time, you're guarding certain secrets and you're keeping certain things stum. But I think you have the with that Two of Pentacles. Where was it? There was a Two of Pentacles here somewhere. Yeah, oh, it's there under my nose. With that Two of Pentacles, you've got the discernment, you've got the balance of, yes, I can tell this person this fact I keep to myself, and that fact, that person there doesn't quite need to know about it yet. Not important. It will cause too much resistance to my path because you have been planning on this and things have suddenly taken off, and they've suddenly taken off as a result of some loss that you've had when you was like inspired to take this dream forward. So you didn't get that approval, did you? We have Ten of Swords, Three of Arrows, and Six of Cups here. So this dream is nostalgia based. There is part of you that wanted to get that approval, and I think this is from maybe somebody who you hadn't had that approval from previously. So this new dream that you've recently started working on, it's a good one. You're doing it for the right reasons, as you know, because it's starting to take off, but it has meant that you've had to cut a few things out. But that's not a bad thing. But that approval that you are seeking is up to you to give yourself. Right, so we're coming into a time of justice again. How many justice cards is that we've seen so far? So we've got Two of Arrows here with injustice. We have the Two of Swords on the final outcome. We have the Justice card on how other people are affecting you, and what you are stepping into is a time of justice. You are not imposing the rules here. You are balancing the rules with your own inner wisdom to try and find your own wish fulfillment. To do that, you have to face your own demons, and you have to make sure that you are not getting trapped in that illusion that nothing is happening, and in the illusion that you have still more options to explore, when no, you've already set on an option, you've already decided what you're doing. So no, stick on the path that you are on, but yes, do avoid you have to face your own inner demons with that. So that Guardian card is the Devil card. So let's just clarify that with my Demon Possessed Tarot from and it's our friend Renove, who appeared on the Aquarius reading for the Martian Galactic downloads. But Eight of Wands, you need to whiz past whatever trap that is quickly. So yes, maybe that does link with the Dionysus and the merrymaking. Have some fun, don't concentrate on the fun. Do what you're doing, slowly, surely, softly, continuously, doing it again and again and again so that you're working towards your path. But yes, have some fun, don't get locked in any form of party trap. So underneath all of that, there is still, it's almost like there is something that you are wanting to unleash. And I think this is why this Justice card and injustice is all around. There is some form of pain that you are wanting to unleash, something that you want to bring forth into existence, some way that you are wanting to level up. And yes, you can see all the various ways that this goes through, but you have been offered a new start. Take it. This dream that you started on, it's going to change from what you wanted to do, what you felt was the right thing to do, what you felt was called to do, to something that you really, really enjoy doing. Okay, now they may not sound like a huge distinction, but with Jon Snow here as the King of Cups, let's face it, there was a huge weight on his shoulders the entire time. And he was wanting to do what was right, what was he felt was best. He was the epitome of trying to balance all the very many forces that were around him. But the dream changes from that into a slightly different option if you don't fall into this party trap, which opens up a whole new beginning when you go, ha, that's why I was working on that dream. It's because it led me here, and now I can use this one. This is also, I don't feel that this is a love card coming in. You'll have to excuse the pulsing of the lights. It's quite cloudy out, patchy cloud. So if you maintain the balance, you are going to receive assistance. You are going to have information come to you that will help you to manifest and declare your own rules and put an end to any conflict that is around here. Now, I do feel that you were avoiding conflict with this whole going slowly, going gently, going strategically. I think there is an injustice and a conflict that you can finally go, right, no, that's it. End of the matter. I am not putting up with this anymore because there is no need, and I am wiping it from not just my existence, but from a few people's existences. But you're worried that this is an idle dream. You're worried that it may actually threaten your home life, that it may be something that it may also be worried about the influence of the Pisces here, but there's that it may be locking you into a home life that you don't necessarily want. It's defining the nature of the home life, but I don't feel that that is what is occurring at all, because you are coming into a period of mastery and manifestation to a great extent. Now, with this Five of Swords, obviously there's the conflict inherent in the Five of Swords, but look at this Man in the Moon character. He is sticking his tongue out at the conflict, going, yeah, that's over now. Had enough of that. Not doing it anymore. Finished. Let's have a look what's going on in the far past, because it's almost like... Right, so there was a good home situation that for some reason you were feeling defensive about. You were called to protect your home. You was called to take action to protect what is yours, even when you were feeling more than a little tired, more than a little drained. Now, this is not the recent past. This is what's colouring your reasoning, your decisions, your actions at the moment. So this could be a lesson you learned in childhood. This could be a lesson you learned in earlier years. Anyway, it's not necessarily entangled in the current situation. Right, so by coming to defend, you felt like that you were guided, and you were guided by someone who actually ended up bringing some wish fulfillment to you. You ended up nurturing or being nurtured, and I feel that this is something that you are wanting to repeat. So why is there whoever you were nurtured by, I don't think is the person whose imaginary approval you were looking for when you set yourself on this path. But remember, the real approval that you are looking for, yes, is your own. Simple as that. It is your own, because you maybe need to cut away some of these influences and go, yeah, you know, that standard that I might have learnt it negatively, I might have got it from someone telling me no, someone telling me something that's bad, something telling me that's wrong, and I learnt such and such a standard in a negative fashion, but that standard I will keep because I like it even when you put it in a positive fashion. Whereas there are other standards where you go, you know, actually that was just a load of negative nonsense and I don't need to listen to it anymore. Let's have a look at the final bits of the... yes, show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius, which has just been, hasn't it? So, yeah. And the angel of freedom. I am always free to choose love, independence, creativity. And this is what I feel that you are doing. You are working towards gaining your own freedom here. You are building a new home where you can be free, not a home where you are trapped. But to a certain extent, you need to surrender to the current circumstances that are going on that you set into motion. There's almost an element of you need to surrender to yourself. I might call that reading this, if I remember. But we have true love coming in, but I think more that this is an expression of true love, that you are expressing that true love. That Ace of Cups is not necessarily heralding new love. It might do, but I don't feel it's necessarily heralding true love coming in. It's due to true love that you set yourself on this path. And that includes love for yourself, love for your siblings, love for your family, love for your friends, love for humanity, whatever it is. But yes, this strategy, you know what I was saying about keeping things secret, about telling certain people certain things, and then maybe not lying, but withholding the truth, or withholding a full explanation from certain people until the time is right. We have the Miriam with Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember, you're putting a pay to these conflicts. You're setting something right. Remember that love has no boundaries. So if you are cutting something out, maybe some of this pain and hurt that you felt, it's time to go, okay, I can see why that happened. It wasn't right, but I can see why it's happened. Right, moving on. Because yes, here we are, maybe there is love coming in. We've got Psyche with a sacred union and Eos, the goddess of the dawn, with new beginnings. And as we know, you are working towards a new beginning, but that's the important thing, that you are working towards it. It's not a new beginning that's there and that's it, it's here. This is a new beginning that you are working towards. You are protected. You are having to change how you are appearing to the world and how you are appearing to yourself. But that's fine, because you are putting pay to some pain and you are seeking your own approval. So yes, you need to shapeshift, because if you are not approving of yourself at the moment, then you need to shift yourself into the person who you do approve of, just as much as you accepting that you are worthy of that approval anyway, full stop, is a realization that you will have. But that in itself is shapeshifting, because you've shapeshifted from a person who blames themselves or criticizes themselves to a person who accepts that you are worthy of that approval. So either way, the shapeshifting, it will take endurance. But again, you're putting pay to conflict. Let go of the need to be right. And we have the summer solstice card here. So I would say what you've set into motion, this is a long-term process going on. You know, I don't think that by the time I do the April reading, this will have finished, but it should be in full swing. It's in full swing already. Things are changing around you. But just because things are moving fast around you doesn't mean you have to move fast. You just have to move with balance. One small step to the left can probably be better than 3 bounds forward. Do you know what I mean? There's but radiance, blossoming endurance. symbols of great benefit, great abundance, great results coming towards you. Same with the Andean cross. But again, we've got forgiveness. So just as much as you're putting something right, there's things that you need to forgive as well. But again, if you've been this harsh person who's not been approving of yourself, you're going to have to forgive yourself here and all. And that'll take a little bit of shape-shifting. But, right. From the Witch's Oracle. Incubation, and that's what's going on at the minute, which is Ostara, the Easter festival. Invocation, you are calling in what you want, and Mabon with balance. So there's those are going through the year, if I remember correctly. So yes, this is a long-term thing. It will require more balance, more persistence, more endurance from you, but you end up in a really good place. You end up with wish fulfillment, where you are able to accept the role that you have given yourself as a guardian of something or other. You know, you're building this new home where you are not trapped, but you're also putting paid to something. You are choosing to say, yeah, I'm just not looking at that anymore. It is not relevant anymore. And with that, we get the Ten of Cups. Happy, happy, joy, joy. So if I come back to the whole blossoming abundance and radiance to go with this Ten of Cups, stick on the path that you're on. Just because events are moving fast doesn't mean you have to move fast. You just have to move with balance and with strategy. And the full truth needn't come out yet. It will come out in the right time. Okay, so if this means anything to you, Taurus, please do comment down below. Also, there's a Facebook group link down below if you want to take the discussion on further than the YouTube comments. In the meantime, your waning moon readings, should be coming out soon. Good luck with this. Stick at it. Don't think that you're not making progress. You are. You've already made progress, even though it may take a little bit of time to see it. All right? Cheers.